Hello, beautiful people. I just want to say something. I want to say congratulations. Because some people started 2020, they didn't see 2021, but you, the fact that you see my video, oh, congratulations. Hi guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the Edo Queen. I know how people say it, new year, new me, new year, new beginnings, new year resolution. So that's what I want to talk about today. Because I wanna know your school of thoughts. I want to know your school of thoughts or your ideas or your thoughts about the whole new year, new me, new year resolutions and all of it, because I just want to share my own point of view, right? I'm not disregarding anybody's thoughts or whatnot. Who am I? No. So basically, right, I would rather term my New Year resolutions as New Year goals, because for me it's more, goals sound more long term, right? It sounds more long term, and I don't know, because when I used to call it New Year resolutions, I remember then, anytime from November in church, or if you are greeting somebody older, they'll be like, oh, how are you preparing for the new year? What are your New Year resolutions? And honestly, I might not have anything to say, but I'll not have to be thinking, I have to shout at this person, something, let them not think I'm a serious person, right? But you know, shout out to JCP, right? Because it was actually a conversation I had with her that, you know, gave me this new perspective of having New Year goals. So I'm a practical person. Yeah. So I'm just going to be sharing my 2020 New Year goals and just how the whole process runs for me. So I'm just going to be reviewing my last year goals with you guys, just how the process is, just like I said. So maybe because I'm a writer, I always have a book, right? So I always have a book or a journal where I put in my goals for the year. I could either do it like maybe a month, that's like December, right? Or maybe in January when the new year has actually started. So I just like so this is how, it's like you'll not see, this is how my 2020 goal side was, right? And then I have, what do you call this thing? A theme I run with, a mantra, a major something. Call it your theme for the year or your mantra for the year, right? So I just had like my mantra for the year, which was vision becoming reality. And you know, I took down all my goals in my book and I started I don't even remember if I did. I think I did it before 2020 started, or like, honestly, I don't even remember. But basically, I took it in my notes, and here I have about 15 goals. So how it worked for me, after jotting them down, I had my mantra I was working with. Then I was also trying to be intentional, right? So for some people, they would say put it up on your room, put it up on the cardboard where you wake up every morning and you see it, that kind of thing. I didn't do that because like I'm always very handy with my book. So it's always very close by to me, by my table or in my bag or something. So me being intentional, I would need to remind myself of these goals, right? So I would just open it, go to the goals, like, okay, this is what I want to do this year, this is what I want to do this year, this is what I want to do this year. So, for example, one of my goals here was to read at least 3 books, self-growth books. Then I can read more, you know, with a smiley face. If you know me, you know, I always say I don't fancy reading. I'm more of a pictorial kind of person, right? I don't like words, text. As a writer, they used to say readers and writers, but as I not used to read, sure you will not come and blame me. No. So I didn't used to. I've gotten better, but then I was not really a fan of reading, right? So one of my goals was to be intentional about, you know, reading, and my goal was 3 books. So this was at the beginning of the year, and God knows, hey, there were times I would start one book. There was one book I started, I was reading it, it was an ebook. I was reading it. I think I read only like the first 3 paragraphs of the first page, and that was the end. I didn't remember the name of the book. And then there was this other T.D. Jakes book I started. I'm still on the first chapter. But, just about being intentional, I started little, right? I know reading I'm not big on reading. So I started from like gently. And I ended up reading my 3 books. So, hey, I ended up reading my 3 books. Yeah. So I read one Proverbs 31 book, right? And, I was taking it one day at a time and I eventually finished. I also read this 5 Love Languages book, which took me the longest, actually. And then the final one was also an ebook. So 2 of the books I read were ebooks. I mean, they were soft copy. So maybe I would say I prefer soft copies to hard copy. But the fact is, I was able to accomplish that goal because I was intentional and I kept going through my goals to remind myself, Sayonama, you're supposed to read book. Sayonama, you are always good for the Sayonama, have you? Also, another thing that worked for me was having accountability partners. You might not want to share all your goals with strangers or all your friends or something, but I mean, there could be certain goals you could want to share with people just to keep you abreast of your goals. For example, this same reading 3 books in a year thing, I think a couple of my friends knew about it because they were always like, you need to learn how to read, you need to know how to read. They were all singing, right? Up and down, up and down, up and down. So a couple of them were always like, okay, how far? In fact, one of the books I read was sent to me by Elizabeth. Shout out to Elizabeth. She sent me the book, and that's accountability partner is sometimes efficient. So when you have people who can check up on you, okay, how far with this your goal? I wish you all the best, because sometimes you need encouragement, you need ginger, you need some of it. So yeah. So basically that's just how it is. Take down your notes, take down your goals, because nowadays, what's that proverb? The shortest pencil is sharper than the sharpest mind. You know what I'm talking about. The shortest pencil is better than the sharpest mind. So it's better to take it down in a book, in a cardboard, in your pinboard if you have it. Put it up. Keep going through it to remind yourself about your goals, your achievements, and all of it, right? Just aim to be better. Have an accountability partner if you need to. Be intentional. If I look at it and you are still lying down at the bed, you are not doing anything, the goals will not come and jump at you. You're going to have to jump to the goal. If the goal does not go to Mohammed will have to go to the goal. So you're going to have to go to the goal. You're going to have to go to the goal. And finally, at the end of the year, I just think it's best to review your goals and your achievements. Your goals were what you wanted to do at the beginning of the year, right? And at the end of the year, you review, okay, what did I do? What did I not do? What do I need to continue in the new year? Where do I need to pick up from? Right? So that's actually something I did at the end of 2020, because a lot of people were on about 2020 was whack, it was awful because of the pandemic, everything that happened in 2020. And then I was going through my goals that I had, and I was actually satisfied. I was proud, because even things I didn't take down in my goals, there were achievements for them, because God is good. The year, you know how he says, when people say there's a casting down, I will say there's a lifting up. So even though the year was strategic, it was also a year for learning for me, basically learning and experiences and all. So reviewing 2020, my goals, I saw my achievements, I saw where I needed to do better. And mind you, some of these goals you put down, you might not achieve it. So you might not. Okay, so one of the goals I had for 2020 was there's this short book I have that I wrote with my friends. It's called Torn. It's on Okada Books, right? So the plan was to make it into a full-fledged book and, push it out and all of it. At the end of 2020, we didn't have the book ready. So I would say the goal wasn't completely fulfilled, but it wasn't a lose-lose, because even though we did not have the book ready, we still had meaningful discourse. We had brainstorming sessions on how we wanted to push this book, on how we wanted to expand the book per se. So don't be discouraged if, you don't get to achieve all the stuff you have on your goals. Just be determined to do better. So things you had in your goals for the previous year that you did not accomplish at the end of the year, carry it over to the next year. And because you have experience, because you're having experience from the year before, you will know how to do things better in the new year. So I know, okay, now in 2021, I'm going to stop procrastinating about this book. I know in 2021, I'm going to be more intentional about not just brainstorming, but putting my thoughts to paper. Ha! Wisdom. Too much wisdom. So if it's New Year resolutions for you, if it's New Year, new beginnings for you, if it's New Year, new you, you just do you. But the most important thing is to be better. Be better than how you were in 2020. Much love to everybody again for making it to 2021. And all my beautiful subscribers, hey, tell yourself you are amazing. Tell yourself you are beautiful. If you're new here, welcome. I just wanted to click the subscribe button and turn on the notifications because I'm having sweet, funny content for you. So I want all of you to stay tuned.